Hey YouTube, Nova here again, and today I'm bringing you another Cardfight Vanguard deck profile. I am going to be doing a Wise deck profile soon. My Fairy Tale deck is starting to get there. I've not got it all yet, so I'm just going to wait until that's finished for you guys. Obviously Nisco is coming out. I hope to have that one done as well for Wise. But I'm going to get into this deck profile now. Now I know I said I'd have my camera roughly after Christmas for this new year. It's arrived and there was a fault in the camera. It wasn't picking up audio. So I've had to send that back, and I'm waiting to get them to send me a replacement or give me a refund, basically. And then I'll be getting another one. So there will be some games. We did try to record a few games, but obviously because there was no audio and it was really, really dodgy, we decided to leave it for now and wait until we got the camera fixed. Obviously you saw the last few videos were pretty quick because basically I was at my friends and it was getting quite noisy in that and people kept walking in and out, so we just basically did speed deck profiles. This obviously deck profile will be a more in-depth one because this is on my deck that I've been using recently and I'm having really, really, really good results and just so much fun with this deck. But before I get into the profile, obviously I'll just do the profile now. So it is on my Bluish Flames, my Liberators, and my starting Vanguard is Flaming Passion Liberator Glade, I can't really see that very well, can't pronounce it properly either. Basically he moves back, and then while your Vanguard is in Legion, move him to the Soul, check top 3 cards of your deck for a Liberator, Superior Call it to an open rearguard. Very useful card, helps get off effects and just helps start a chain of events which you'll see in the deck. So for my first grade 3, I run 4 of the trial deck Bluish Flame, 4 Percivals. To be honest, I tried Cores and the Glares. I tried running 2 Percivals and 2 Cores. I tried running 3 Cores, 3 Glares and 2 Percivals. It just wasn't working, so I decided to run this build. 4 Percivals. For those of you who don't know what he does, when he legions, you can Superior Call, well, check the top 4 cards of your deck, Superior Call 1 Liberator to an open rearguard, and when he attacks the Vanguard, he gains 2k. So he's basically a 22k attacker when he's in Legion. He gains the 2k when he's not in Legion, so he's still pretty decent. Basically, you use him as your first to pressure your opponent into... So I usually try and pressure him to about 4 damage before I go into my next ride, if possible. I like to be at 4 damage myself, preferably before I go into the next ride as well, to help combo off massive effects. Onto my boss monster is, of course, I'm running 4 Glares. Because why wouldn't I run 4 of this card? This card is just ridiculously good. I thought Udrasil's non-gaining crit, non-guarding abilities was good, but this card's just so easy to pull its effects off. It is unreal. All you gotta do is get a grade 3 in your hand, and basically you pay Counterblast 1, pop a unit for his own effect, and you just basically get his effect off really easy. So basically what his effect is, his Legions. His Legion skill is Counterblast 1, choose a card with bluish names in your hand, discard it. And when you Superior Call, well, when one of your units is placed on the rearguard from your deck, if this card is in Legion, you may pay the cost. If you do this, you get 1 crit and the following effect. Your opponent can't guard with grade 1s or higher when this unit attacks. That's basically it. Its other effect is Counterblast 1. Sorry. Counterblast 1. Choose one of your rearguards and retire it. And then you can look at the top 4 cards of your deck, Superior Call a Liberator to an open rearguard from among them. The rest go to the bottom of the deck. The rest going to the bottom of the deck is actually an important thing. This one does the same. This one puts them on the bottom of the deck as well. They don't shuffle the deck. You can put them to the bottom of the deck in any order, which is a very useful thing to keep in mind, because you can basically stick triggers together, help you basically when you cycle through your deck, you can know what you're going to get. For grade 2s, I run for Glares, mate. I run 4, which is Recolation Liberator Agravale. And his effect is, when this unit attacks, if you have a Vanguard with Bluish Flame in its card name, this unit gets 2,000 power until the end of that battle. And Soul Blast 1, when this unit is placed on the rear guard from your deck, you may pay the cost. If you do, look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Search for up to 1 card with bluish flame in its card name from among them. Reveal it to your opponent and put it into your hand. Shuffle your deck afterwards. So this, after you've cycled through your deck and basically put loads of fun stuff onto the bottom of the deck, this is just, you can reshuffle your deck, and it is useful, but the reshuffling bit's a bit of a disappointment, but it helps you get Glaire's effect off. For the next grade 2, I run 4 Oath Agravale. 1 is Legion Rare. I do have the core still. I've not traded, so I've not broken the setup. Because nobody wants the core, everyone wants this though. And basically what this guy does, when he's called to the rear guard, it doesn't have to be from the deck. You could, whenever he's just placed on rear guard, counterblast 1. Wait. When this unit is placed on rear guard, if you have a vanguard with Liberate in its card name, you may pay the cost. If you do, search your deck for, well, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, search for up to 1 card with Liberate in its card name among them, and call it to an open rear guard. Put the rest on the bottom of the deck in any order. Yet again, puts cards on the bottom of the deck, and yeah, it basically becomes very, very useful. For the last grade 2, I run 3 Liberator Lawful Trumpeter. When you Legion, check top 3 cards of your deck. Basically, Superior Call a Liberator and open rear guard. This card is really, really useful, but I've been debating taking it out. I'll go over what I'm thinking of testing out, and that after this deck, when I want to get to the end of the deck profile. There's a few cards that I want to test out, and I just want to get your guys' opinion on the idea, because this deck does counterblast a lot, and I think it might come in handy. For grade 1s now, I run 3, well, I only run 3 Josephus. Fast Chase Liberator Josephus. I only run 3. Oh, sorry guys, it's like 12:30 at night. I only run 3 of this guy because I don't have a 4th. I don't need a 4th, I don't have space for it. Basically, when he's called from the deck, drop 1 from the soul, draw a card. He basically replaces Kels in the deck. So I only run 3, which I'm thinking of taking him out because I barely get him off, and the other card thing that I'm going to try and make come in handy. I'm running for the next grade 1s, I run 3 Zoran. A lot of people run 2, but the reason why I run 3 is because of another card in the deck. You basically chain the effects off. If the deck is going well, which it usually does, 9 out of 10 games, I've got this, moved it to the soul, got another card which has allowed me to Superior Call again. Basically, I can get Bruno with 25,000 plus boosting, and that is a lot of boosting power. So that's why I run 3 of this card, because you kind of want to hit its effect off. Next, obviously, speaking of Bruno, I'm running 4 Bruno, possibly the most important grade 1 in this deck. In this deck, this card is so good. No, basically, I forgot to go over Zoran's effect. Zoran's effect is when he's Superior Called from the top of the deck, move into the soul, check top 3, call again. To an open circle, obviously. Back to Bruno. The reason why this card is so important, because of how much you Superior Call. You Superior Call so much in this deck, so this card gets ridiculously strong. This card wins games. That's all it is. Put him behind Glare, he wins games. He gains. His effect is basically whenever a gold paladin is placed on the rear guard from your deck, if you have a vanguard with Liberator in its card name, this unit gets. Oh, sorry guys. This unit gets 3,000 power until end of turn, and it stacks, obviously. So use Superior Call 6-7 times in a turn. He's really, really strong. And obviously for the last of the grade 1s, I'm running 4 perfect guards, because Quintet Walls can go fuck off. They're still not any good in this deck. Because you Superior Call enough, you do not need to waste your Quintet Walls. Then the crit for triggers, I run 4 of this crit, and then I run 4 of this crit. There's the 4th one. So I run 8 crit. Now the next card is the reason why Zoran is the card that I combo with Zoran. And I'm not running draw triggers, I'm running stand triggers. Because this stand is so good. Right, when I was testing the deck out, before I did this profile, when I was running draws, I found out that whenever I got Zoran's effect off, I was getting nothing. I would always get a trigger, and it would always be a draw trigger. So I thought, a friend of mine recommended swapping the draw triggers out, try the stands. And ever since I've put these stand triggers in, the deck's just worked superb for me. Might not work for others. People might not agree with the stands, but what the stand does is whenever it's called from the deck, you can put him to the bottom of the deck, search your top 3 for a Liberator, accept himself basically, and call it to an open rearguard circle. So not only do you, there's a stand trigger, it goes back to the deck, you don't have to put it to the drop zone and things. So not only does it keep your stands in your deck, it also allows you to call again, which obviously, if you've got Bruno on the field, so you got Bruno, and you call Zoran, Zoran moves to the soul, you check top 3, you get this, he moves to the bottom of the deck, you get another Zoran. You can see the combos, and it does happen pretty often. So it's really useful because it gets Bruno really strong. And obviously, I don't usually attack with my vanguard first anyway, so I always attack with one rearguard column. Stand triggers, restand them if you trigger them, extra attacks, always good. But sorry guys, you don't run him for the restand ability, you run him for the fact that he recalls. And of course, I'm running 4 heal triggers because, you know, heal triggers are nice. So basically, that's my Liberator deck profile on Bluish Flames. It is my Glare deck, my Glare build. Basically, one of the things I was thinking of doing was, let me find the cards. I just want your opinion on this, guys, okay? I was thinking of, because I don't really need to draw in this deck, I find that I always have cards in hand, and very rarely do I need to draw. And I always find myself needing more counterblast. So I was thinking of running, instead of this, instead of 3 of these, I was going to run 1 and take 2 out. So instead of the other 2, I'm thinking of testing 2 Blaster Blade Liberators. So 2 Blaster Blade Liberators. Because obviously you all know his effect is Counterblast 2, blah blah blah, pop a unit. That's not what you're running for. You don't run him for his Counterblast ability. Because instead of my 3 Josephus, my draw engine of the deck, I was thinking of taking these out and putting 3 of the Blaster Blade on flippers in. When Blaster Blade is called to rearguard on flipper damage. Because, you just call your Blaster Blade, you on flip damage, you gain a Counterblast. You can see where I'm going. I was thinking of trying it out, and because it's a Liberator deck, it doesn't feel dead Gold Paladinish without a Blaster Blade. Obviously, this isn't an IG deck anyway, he doesn't use Bluish Flames, but I don't know, do you guys reckon should I try it out? I'm going to think I'll try it out. If I can get all the Blaster Blades again, I'll try it out and let you guys know what I think. But let me know what you guys think of the idea. Because, everyone's opinion counts. So just drop a comment, let me know what you think. So thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think of my deck build so far and of my idea of Blaster Blade. That's pretty much it. This deck is really, 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 really fun to play. I mean, to be honest, I love Genesis and I love my Regalia deck, but I'm getting really fed up and bored of it, to be honest. And I was needing a new deck, and this deck pretty much does the same thing anyway, with the Glare not being able to guard. Just my Yggdrasil has like 70,000 to 90,000 power, so it's pretty much impossible to guard. But this deck was a nice change. It's really nice to actually constantly being able to have a full field as well. Sometimes it's really frustrating when you can't counterblast though, because I have been against someone where they've gone, okay, you're at 4 damage, I'm at 5. You could kill me if you get Glare's effect off. They do not attack. That's basically, they just do not attack my Vanguard unless they know they can kill me. And some players are like that, and the game is just really fucking frustrating. But other than that, this deck's really, really fun to play. It works really, really well. I think I've had like 9 wins, 1 loss with this deck. And that was just because I got really unlucky. And I mean, I started off with 4 Percivals in my hand, reshuffled 3 back and drew 2 back, and then damage checked the 4th. It was really, really bad hand. Just really, really bad hand. But the deck's worked really, really well. It's really, really fun to use. If you build in this, then I recommend you build this deck on Glare, not Core. Don't get me wrong, Core's a good card, but compared to Glare, Core can go fuck off. Excuse the language if you're young, blah, blah, blah. Do not repeat it, yada, yada, yada. Sensory bullshit, can't be asked. I am going to be building Kagero as well from BT17. In fact, not guaranteeing this, but I'm 99% guaranteed I'm getting a case. The only other 1% is if I get a major bill again and I can't afford to buy the case. But if I don't get any major bills, I'm buying a fucking case. Because I can, and because Blaster Joker is going to be a thing, and that's going to sell, make me quite a bit of money. I do want to build the deck, but I don't have the perfect cards for it, and I can't be asked buying them because I just can't be asked. And no one at my local seems to have any. The only person that I know who has them isn't trading them because he wants them for Blaster Joker. I will be building Kagero again because Kagero's just, you know, amazing. It's Kagero. So thanks for watching, guys. That's about it, I suppose. I could do another deck profile. I don't really have any other decks to do. I did have a Deleters deck. I did do the recording for you, but as I said at the beginning of the video, the camera didn't pick up no audio. Pissed me the fuck off, it did. I have to wait like another 2, maybe 3 weeks before I get my camera. But yeah. So, but I traded that away. I actually traded it off. I finished my Liberator deck. I also finished my friend's Seeker's deck. Basically, I got him the last Sin Saver he needed. And a couple of other bits of that as well. That's about it for the deck. I know a lot of people run 4 Jolts and only 2 Zoran, but if you are running this deck, I honestly recommend running 3 Joseph, 3 Zoran, and 4 off the stand trigger instead of the draw. But the simple fact is, the stand trigger is so fucking fun. You either restand if you trigger it, or if you get it called to the field, you recall Bruno extra 3000 power. So yeah, thanks for watching YouTube. Remember to subscribe if you're new to the channel for more Vanguard and Y Schwartz content. And giveaways, and there will be dual game videos coming up as soon as I get my camera back. I mean, my tripod's just over there. Ignore the mess. There'll be box openings as soon as I get my fucking camera back. This stuff will happen eventually, guys. I promise you this. There'll be more giveaways. I mean, I have like 1, 2, 3, 4 mats ready to be given away, I think it is. Yeah, like 4, maybe 5 mats that I have to give away. I'm getting a new custom mat done, so I may decide to give this mat away. I probably won't because, you know, this is my first design and it's got sentimental value because it was a gift. Partial gift. But yeah, overall, thanks for watching, guys. Remember to subscribe. Bye.